Hey, you're listening to Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady, and live on Skype, Brandon.
Again.
So many Skype calls.
Yeah.
The station's probably getting annoyed at my data usage over this past year, but not my problem. Raw starts off with The Authority announcing a Battle Royal for the Money in the Bank spot.
Yeah, this ended up backfiring on the Authority.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure one of us, I don't even remember if it was me or not, said Battle Royal.
Yeah, one of you guys said it. I know it wasn't me, but it ended up getting one of the guys who said would be in the match in Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us before the
Yeah.
match said it would be Reigns and Cena would be the two in it.
Yeah, and I think Reigns and Cena are the two guys that had the best chances to win this match.
Okay. Well, we might as well just jump down there while we're doing it. Roman Reigns actually tampered with Stephanie McMahon's coffee.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kind of illegal, but he did it anyways, and it ended up getting him in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
I love how they're like screaming at Vicky, and they're like, well, Vicky, you're going to be fired anyway. Won't they just look back at the tapes and see that Roman did it?
Well, they could kind of blame Vicky for giving it to Roman in the first place.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie sort of upchucked on Vicky as well.
Yeah, it leaves me wondering what Roman put in that.
See, I would have gone laxatives if she was just in the toilet, but I don't know what would make her throw up.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Either way, he entered in and made it a 20-man battle royal where he eliminated Rusev.
Yeah, I really like that ending sequence with Rusev. Both men came out strong, even though Rusev was tossed over the top rope.
I gotta admit, even though Reigns was put in it, you had that little inkling maybe Rusev would.
Yeah, I think Rusev showed that he is not just a guy for squash matches, that he's a guy that can put on pretty nice long matches with guys like John Cena, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the other match they also announced. They announced Kane versus John Cena in a stretcher match.
Yeah, there's no way John Cena would lose this match because it's for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
We've already seen Kane win one, but then again we've seen Cena win one as well.
Yep, we've seen both these men win one. Kane was actually successful, and he's the only person to cash in on the same night he won it.
Pretty much everybody tried to stop Cena from winning.
Yeah, a lot of people, including the Authority, didn't want John Cena to win. The Authority wanted their guy, Kane, to be in the match.
And that didn't work out very well.
Yep, that didn't work out.
So we'll jump back to the start. We sort of like just ran through Raw.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I really like the matches Seth Rollins and Ziggler have been putting on. They're very, very good. And both these men were impressive, but Rollins ended up winning.
Yeah, it's the annoying part. I believe a lot of matches on this Raw was actually like DQE finishes. Or no contests. I think they did it with the first two. Yeah. So Ambrose cost Rollins the match, and then the next one, which was Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins cost Dean the match by countout. And so they really hate each other.
Yep, they definitely really hate each other, and for some reason I have the feeling that they're kind of be like handcuffed together. Wherever Rollins goes, Ambrose will follow. Wherever Ambrose goes, Rollins will follow.
Well, talking about where Rollins goes, we get to talk about main event.
Yep, and Rollins is going to the Money in the Bank ladder match at Money in the Bank in 2 weeks.
No, after this is 1 week and 3 days. But the second Money in the Bank. I wonder who called that.
You did. I'm pretty sure.
Damn straight. I'm winning on all these calling fronts. So they've still got to fill that up. I think.
Yeah.
We're possibly talking about it a little later. Let's just hush hush. And we'll go on to the next bit. Sheamus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, we've seen this match a lot over the past few weeks, and they're pretty decent matches.
Hold on, is that what I hear? Another third disqualification or count out in a row? That's 3 in a row now. The first 3 matches.
Wow. I didn't realize that at first when I was watching. Oh, now that you pointed out to me.
We got a DQ, a count out, and then a DQ.
Yeah, we don't really like to see matches end that way, but sometimes you have to do it for the sake of storylines.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So up next, Heath Slater, face turn, squishy squish.
Yeah, I don't see this being a face turn. I just see it being a quick way to get Rusev versus a heel.
It'll work. It was another Rusev squish.
Yeah, Rusev is looking pretty impressive, and he's just destroying heel, face. Doesn't really matter what alignment you are. Rusev is going to destroy you and make you tap out.
Yeah. Okay, well, we also got a guest. Are they still guest hosts, or are they just, like, guests?
I'm pretty sure Kevin Hart was the guest of the show.
Okay. Either way, he was on. Adam Rose convinced him to be a rosebud.
Yeah, Adam Rose also convinced me to be a rosebud. So he's pretty good at convincing here.
He picked up the win over Fandango. Wasn't that hard.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick match. And after the match, Kevin Hart and Adam Rose did a nice little dive into the crowd.
So we also had a Divas match. Paige Cameron.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to probably be doing something with Naomi, Paige, and Cameron.
Triple threat.
Yeah, not sure if we see a triple threat, because I could see them doing an angle where Naomi, she picks up all the wins, and Cameron's just a jealous tag team partner.
Yeah, could go either way. I'm still throwing it out there. I've been on a roll. I'm gonna go with triple threat.
Yeah, also on the main event, it was Naomi versus Paige, and Paige lost.
Oh, she never loses. That didn't happen.
Well, it did happen with Alicia Fox before, so.
True. Either way, well, last match on the card. Probably one of your most favourite debuts in about 20 years. Stardust.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting debut. We honestly did not see it coming. We always thought it'd be like Cody Rhodes in like a luchador mask, and it's obviously him. But this is pretty interesting. They threw something unexpected at us.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Stardust, but I'm pretty sure we all knew it would be Cody in some fashion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all knew it was going to be Cody in some fashion, but we didn't expect it to be Stardust. We expected it to be like El Luchador or something like that.
Yeah. And now we've got, I don't know, what are we calling them? Like Dust to Dust or something?
I'm not sure what the official tag team name is, but knowing that WWE, they'll probably come up with something good.
Okay. Well, we finished Raw pretty fast, but we got the classic, I gotta stop saying classic entrance theme of the week. It's Brian Pillman. And you're back with the Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady and Brandon. We're going to jump into SmackDown now. It kicked off with John Cena, and then a whole bunch of other people came out.
Yep, this is setting up a 4-on-3 handicap match for later on in the night.
To pretty much just hype up the Money in the Bank World Heavyweight title.
Yep, also do that as well.
I gotta stop calling it that. It's not really a Money in the Bank match. How do you call it differently?
It is technically a Money in the Bank ladder match with 6, 7, or 8 participants in the ladder match.
It's like you've got to... Because Money in the Bank, to me, is the briefcase. And now that we got one of those, we've got the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then we got the... I'm just going to call it the World Heavyweight title ladder match. That way I can separate the two. It makes sense to me. Probably to nobody else. But it does to me. So Seth Rollins debuted some new ring gear just to squash Kofi.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting ring gear. I always thought he'd come out with the trunks that he wore in NXT and FCW, but I kind of like the new look. It's pretty unique.
It's very, to me, when I saw it, it screamed superhero.
Yeah, and I think it what sets him apart from other people. And this was a pretty nice victory for Rollins, and he continues to Rollins, pun intended, over the rest of the roster.
That was me smashing my head into the microphone. Let's not pull out the puns, or I'll start... Yeah, I don't have any puns on my sheet. Damn. Dolph Ziggler, Bad News Barrett.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised Dolph Ziggler won this match, and it's kind of sad that I'm surprised he won. The guy was a world champion about like a year ago, and it's kind of a big fall from grace. But at least he beat the Intercontinental Champion, setting him up for a title shot in the future.
Yeah, I imagine we could see that at Money in the Bank, I think.
Yeah, we could see that on Money in the Bank. We could see it on Raw or SmackDown next week. So I'm definitely looking forward to that match.
Or even Main Event, that show's getting more and more high profile things.
Yep, we saw a few advances in storylines with Paige, Cameron, and Naomi this past week, and also the Money in the Bank announcement.
So we got Adam Rose defeating Titus O'Neil not once, but twice.
I have to agree with Titus here. He wasn't ready. I think Adam Rose, he kind of cheated, and I think Titus, I think he deserved a better shot against Adam Rose next week.
All this just coming from a Titus fan.
I am a Titus fan. I think he has a great amount of charisma, and so does Adam Rose. He has great charisma, and it was kind of nice to see Adam Rose, but it's not nice to see my good guy Titus lose.
Ara, ara, ara.
Yeah, he says something like that.
Some seal bark.
Yeah.
So we got Kane versus Ambrose with Seth on commentary.
Again, Seth Rollins cost Ambrose a big match.
I don't know, I guess you could say Ambrose cost Ambrose that match. He's the one who attacked Rollins.
Well, you know what? Every single time Seth Rollins shows his face at ringside during an Ambrose match, Seth Rollins somehow costs Dean Ambrose the win. Whether it be Ambrose attacking Seth or Seth hopping up on the announce table and distracting him, it seems like Ambrose, he gets so close to picking up a big win, especially last week against Bray Wyatt, and then he ends up losing because his anger gets the best of him or Seth Rollins gets the best of him.
We sort of skipped over it a little bit. On Raw, they sort of let slip that Dean Ambrose has his own new theme.
Yeah, it seems like the breakup of the Shield is complete, and I think that's kind of the best move. Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns all have great futures as singles competitors, and I think it was a good move to get it all started quite early.
I think after Rollins left, we sort of just, forgot the other two were a duo.
Yeah, and I think not only Rollins, but Reigns and Ambrose are definitely going to see their impacts felt in the main event scene.
You just let Ambrose sort of slide off in his feud against Rollins, and then let Reigns focus on Orton and the title.
Yeah, I think Roman Reigns has his sights set on the championship, and I think he is a big candidate to win the title.
Okay, well, we'll jump back on SmackDown. Big E, he defeated Jack Swagger.
Impressive victory for Big E Langston, and it's kind of nice to see him get back on the road after losing his IC title.
So, are we going to see another Big E Rusev, or?
I think we are. It was kind of a nice match, even though it was kind of short at Payback. It was kind of a nice match, and I think that it'd be a nice match to see again, maybe a bit longer this time.
Yeah. Okay, well, the Summer Rae Layla fiasco starts to heat up.
Yeah, Summer Rae went behind Layla's back and made out with the Fandango there.
I'm so confused with what's happening.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused too, because I'm not sure if Fandango is starting to get feelings back for Summer, or Summer is more obsessed with Fandango than Fandango is with Summer, but I don't know where they're going to go with this. I see Layla and Summer Rae feuding for sure, but I'm not sure where Fandango stands in all of this.
Yeah, Summer Rae and Layla sort of distracted him and led to him not believing enough to win the match.
Yeah, Bo Dallas winning again, and I'm pretty sure he's 8-0 now.
Probably.
Bo Dallas, he has a great future in this company, and if he keeps it up, there's no reason why he can't be a world champion.
That's what we all said a couple of years ago at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And that went so well.
Yeah, it didn't go well at first, but he went back down to NXT, gathered his thoughts, gathered all of his skills together, and ended up winning the NXT Championship.
Which then was promptly taken off him by Adrian Neville.
Yep, Adrian Neville beat him at Arrival, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And soon after that, we saw Bo Dallas arrive on the main roster, so it's not like it was too far long ago that Bo Dallas was NXT champion.
So, what do we get next? The big main event, the 3-on-4. Good guys, bad guys.
Yeah, I thought that the bad guys were going to win this match, honestly. Even though you had Roman Reigns and John Cena on the good guys side, I thought the bad guys were going to win because you have Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Cesaro. Those are three guys out of the four on that side that can easily be a dynamic trio. And even though they're not like an official trio, they should have won this match because you have Bray Wyatt and Cesaro, two of the youngest stars that are going to be pretty bright in the near future.
Yeah, the good guys got to win though. Come on, it was a 3-4 odds. They overcame them and won the match.
But Bray Wyatt and Cesaro have been two of the most impressive bright stars over the past number of months, and I thought they were going to win this match, honestly. And you also have Randy Orton, and then you have Del Rio, a former world champion and WWE champion. So it seemed like the bad guys had all of the eggs in their basket.
But they didn't have the John Cena egg.
Yeah, John Cena, I think he's a deciding factor. If the Shield didn't have Ambrose and Reigns, didn't have John Cena, what was it, last week?
Yeah.
I don't think Ambrose and Reigns would have won the match.
Oh, John Cena's the biggest egg out there.
Yeah, John.
That's got like double meanings there. But yeah, John Cena is gonna win matches.
Yeah, and we could definitely see him winning at Money in the Bank as well.
Okay, well, we just talked about Dean Ambrose's new song, so we're gonna cut into that now. And you're back with the Wrestling Roundup, FreeFM 89.0, Grady and Brandon. So this is your blanket spoiler warning. You are being warned. We are gonna talk.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Raw that aired this week in the States. I believe it probably in New Zealand, if you're listening from here, would have aired on Wednesday on the box. So you may not have seen it. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, stop listening. And if you don't mind being spoiled or you've already seen it, we're just going to discuss the few main points of the Raw. So we'll give you some time to... Okay, you should have made your decision by now. They announced a second Money in the Bank match for the briefcase on Money in the Bank at main event, and now we filled the match.
Yep, we filled the match. We have Dolph Ziggler, Bad News Barrett, Jack Swagger, Rob Van Dam, and Kofi Kingston. So only 5 were announced, but later on in the night, Seth Rollins was able to stupidly convince Triple H to put in Dean Ambrose, so that made it 7.
I definitely think it was a stupid decision.
Yeah, I get wanting to get your hands on a guy that you've been feuding with ever since you tore away from him in Reigns, but come on. Dean Ambrose is not a joke. Although he was kind of overlooked over time in the Shield because of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins flips, I think Dean Ambrose, he's definitely one of the best members of the Shield, possibly even better than Rollins, because I think he's definitely better than Reigns. And I think that Dean Ambrose, he is my pick right now to be Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he's definitely on that lunatic side where he will go nuts.
Yeah, I think that he is definitely going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion one day. But whether it be by Money in the Bank or just winning it outright, that's yet to be seen. But I think he can definitely use it using the Money in the Bank contract.
Okay, so what else do we have? The other Money in the Bank for the World Heavyweight title, the WWE Heavyweight blah blah long title. Kane got his way into it, making it an 8-man.
Yeah, so last week the match with John Cena and Kane was pointless. They both end up in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Pretty much. But if Kane had won it, they wouldn't have put John Cena in it.
Yeah, you're right on that point. I think Kane has 0 chance of winning along with Del Rio and Cesaro.
Yeah, I think there's sort of like, it's 8, so there's like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. They sort of cancel each other out in certain points. I think it's going to come down to Orton, Reigns, or Cena.
Right now, at this point in the game, I think it's probably going to be between Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Randy Orton, or Roman Reigns. Right now, out of the 4, I think Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are the least likely to win the match. But Roman Reigns, he's been on a complete roll over the past year, right?
Yeah.
Ever since he broke out of that shell and Dean Ambrose was no longer the focus of the Shield, the focus was on Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns, he's been awesome. Royal Rumble elimination record broken by Roman Reigns. And I think we could also see a lot of records broken by Roman Reigns.
It's just the thing, I don't think many people would like it if Cena won, so I don't know if WWE will do it. I don't think Bray Wyatt's character is ready yet for the titles, so that's why I think it'll ultimately come down to Reigns or Orton.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Randy Orton would make too much sense, but we could see Randy Orton walking out Money in the Bank with something the second year in a row.
Yeah, what's the next pay-per-view? Battleground?
Yep, the next pay-per-view is Battleground, followed by the Bash of the Summer, SummerSlam.
I think Battleground will probably see Reigns versus Orton for the title, if one of those two win the title.
Yeah, I don't see John Cena winning out of a storyline standpoint, because I don't know who else he'd face. Yeah, I don't see Kane challenging for any title anytime soon, and we do not want to see him challenging for any title anytime soon. We've seen him lose to Bryan already, and I don't think he's a threat at all, so it would be a pointless challenger.
Yeah, but see, when Bryan comes back, I think he's going to have a beef for the title.
I think that's his second priority right now. I think if I were Daniel Bryan, my number one priority is getting my hands on Triple H. Not Stephanie McMahon, because that's kind of wrong, but if I am Daniel Bryan, my mind is set on Triple H, because Triple H is kind of the man who orchestrated Daniel Bryan getting stripped of the titles.
True. We might find out, though. I believe on WWE.com, they've announced that there will be a Daniel Bryan announcement at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Yep, he's going to be on the pre-show, if I'm not mistaken.
I have no idea, I just know he's going to make an announcement.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the pre-show. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I don't know what he's going to do. But I don't really know what to expect of this. Is he going to say something about Triple H? Is he going to say, I'm coming after the WWE champion? I don't really know.
We'll find out.
Yep.
So what do we also had? We have some advancement on the Big E Rusev front, so it's very likely we'll see a rematch on that one.
Yep, we're definitely going to see a rematch, and I'm kind of happy about that. It was a pretty decent match at Payback, and hopefully they get a bit longer this time.
And we also announced the Divas title match, Paige versus Naomi.
No way Paige will lose here. She's been a great Divas champion so far. I've expected a little bit more out of Paige, but it's not her fault that the challengers have been awful so far.
Yeah, so it's not my triple threat I asked for, but still, Cameron's going to get involved, so I'll count that as a triple threat.
Cameron on commentary this past week on Raw, she was nasty to Paige, and Michael Cole owned Cameron many times, and I don't think Cameron's too happy about that. I see Cameron eventually turning on Naomi, becoming a jealous person, and I don't think she should be jealous. She has Total Divas, and so does Naomi. Naomi hasn't had a Divas championship reign. Although Naomi's been winning a lot more than Cameron, there's not much more to be jealous about for Cameron.
Yeah, and probably your favourite moment of the night, the Vicky face turn / pudding match.
Yeah, it was a really nice send-off for Vicky Guerrero. I've been a big fan of her for a very long time. She was a great manager. She was a great general manager. And it was just a nice send-off for her.
She got to come out to the music?
Yep, she came out to Eddie Guerrero's Lie, Cheat, and Steal music, and I thought that was a nice touch. And especially, even though she lost the match, getting Stephanie tossed into the pudding, or whatever the heck that thing was, that was an awesome moment, and it really was a nice send-off for Vicky's 9 years in this company.
So that's it? We're never going to see her again?
We could see Vicky Guerrero again in the future, but I'm not sure in a special appearance on we've seen Mae Young do. I'm not sure if we'll see her again, because I think she's been trying to get off the road for a while, and I'm not going to be selfish with this. I would love to see Vicky stay, but I'm confident she's happy in her new life.
Yeah, she's got her daughter down in NXT as well.
She got fired.
Oh, my bad. I haven't been paying enough attention. Did she get fired or released?
It's not the same thing.
Well, no, fired is sort of like, go away, we don't want you. Released is like, you can leave now.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a mix of both.
Okay. So I believe that's all that happened on Raw. Any other important points?
Not that I can think of, although there was a pretty good main event.
What do we have? We got like 30 seconds. Go. Shoot.
We got
Fast.
a rematch from Friday Night SmackDown, 3-on-4 handicap match. The good guys win again.
Done.
Well, actually, Kane got involved in that setup. Kane getting into the match.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I got it wrong. Sorry.
It's alright. I got the NXT thing wrong. It's been great talking to you. We'll see you back next week. So you can visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/Wrestling Roundup Radio, or our Twitter page, twitter.com/Wrestling Radio, or our website, wrestlingroundup.host22.com. I promise to actually update it this week. And that's it for this week. I'll see you next week.